All right, last week, Donald Trump lied to us about rescheduling that Russian hacking briefing from Tuesday to Friday. It wasn't true. It was never scheduled for Tuesday. It was always scheduled for Friday. Of course, Donald Trump has been denying that Russia did the hacking for month after month after month. The briefing happened, and now, what do you think happened? Now, big surprise. Donald Trump now accepts the findings of the intelligence community that Russia did do the hacking as per Reince Priebus on Fox News Sunday.
The nation's intel chiefs laid out the full classified report to President-elect Trump and others in his team, including you, that Russian President Putin ordered a cyber attack to interfere with the election and eventually came to try to help Donald Trump. Simple question. Does the president-elect accept the findings and the evidence of the intelligence community?
Well, I think he accepts the findings, Chris, but here's the thing that I think everyone needs to understand. When this whole thing started, it started from the Russians 50 years ago. In other words, this is something that's been going on in our elections for many, many years, both the Russians, the Chinese.
So he accepts it, but the new narrative is it's nothing new, it's nothing notable, it's been going on for a long time. So we went, Pat, from outright denials and skepticism from Trump about Russian involvement in this hacking to, yeah, he accepts it, but it's no big deal. It's nothing new. It's not notable. It's just that, it didn't change the outcome of the election. And later on, Reince Priebus went on to say that it's also the DNC's fault that the hacking happened. This is a 180-degree reversal. And the Trumpists seem to be in a fantasy world as if nothing has changed. Trump accepts now that Russia did the hacking. He just says it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Donald Trump is a very interesting character in that he thinks very highly of himself and his own opinions, and he's willing to take his own ego over the intelligence community that he's going to take over.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, you have this guy who's kind of willing to be persuaded. He's open to interpretation. And it's really interesting having him resolve those two sides.
On the one hand, he knows better than everybody else. On the other hand, he believes whatever someone told him 5 minutes ago until someone speaks to him 2 minutes ago and tells him something else. So the key points, which now Donald Trump accepts from this declassified version of a highly classified investigation into this Russian hacking, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered an influence campaign to undermine public faith in the U.S. democratic process. The goal was also to hurt Hillary Clinton, harm her electability. Later, it became clear to the American intelligence community that Russia and Putin were now going beyond just wanting to hurt Hillary Clinton, but actually developing a preference for Donald Trump. And later, we learned that when it seemed as though Hillary Clinton was going to win, some of the focus from this Russian campaign shifted from undermining the entire process to preemptively undermining what they believe to be an upcoming Hillary Clinton presidency. Okay, so now what? Well, nothing. I guess we can never definitively prove something that didn't happen. We can't ever really know whether Hillary Clinton would have won were it not for Russian involvement. Also really important, let me remind you from last week, the way in which Julian Assange had denied a connection between Russia and these leaks. Remember this to Sean Hannity?
Russia and Russia's cyber criminals with the political agenda of influencing the election. And obviously they're talking not just about the John Podesta emails, the DNC emails, but in other ways. I've asked you before, I'll ask you again today. Did Russia give you this information or anybody associated with Russia?
Our source is not a state party. So the answer for our interactions is no.
As I said last week, listen to the words. Our source is not a state party. So the answer for our interactions is no. Well, my hypothesis was revealed to be true by the analysis released by this report that we've now gotten, declassified report in conjunction with the briefing that President-elect Donald Trump received. Indeed, an intermediary between Russia and WikiLeaks has been found, which means that the letter of what Julian Assange said is absolutely true, but the spirit of what Julian Assange said is absolutely false. U.S. intelligence officials identified intermediaries that Russia used to get all of the hacked data to WikiLeaks. It's amazing, Pat. I mean, I know that there's some people in our audience who will just deny this no matter what. I picked up on the meaning of the specific words Julian Assange was using. And indeed, that analysis, according to our intelligence reports, turned out to be true.
Yeah, you could tell what Julian Assange was saying there was very well thought out, very calculated. And I think Donald Trump realized he was in bad company now, having to agree with Julian Assange, having to denounce his own intelligence community. So you can see why he backed down eventually.